Good morning. Princess Bedhead. Hello. So every morning, it's like clockwork. You just start thinking, this is what I gotta do. This is, where I need to go. Blah, blah, blah. Checklist. The never-ending checklist. So let me tell you, if you don't know, I talk about this earlier on in my channel, other stuff. So like when I was 14, I was diagnosed not only with like bipolar 1 rapid cycling, but also anxiety, OCD, among other things. And like my obsession and compulsion is thinking. And like several other like habit things, like I have to do like my rituals, otherwise the entire day is just like fucked up. And I don't know why. But now I'm trying to like fill it with better habits, like waking up and meditating and organizing things of priorities of my day. And that's like my organizational problem, because then I became a professional organizer. I'm really good at it, but I'm a hot mess. It's the hot messes that can be the most organized people. So anyway, see how I've gotten off track. So it's like, you can tell me my mind never shuts up. I am in constant mental reaction to every thought and action for myself and everyone around me. When I'm around like a group of people, it's just like overwhelming. It's just like this spiraling force of overthinking, and it messes me up. And it's like the compulsion and obsession to think deeply about literally everything, which is why I love psychology and the mind and the great questions of life. And it's like, why do we do what we do? It's like my entire life's premise. So of course my mood and my energy are gonna shift by the moment, especially relating to my external environment. And honestly, I feel like it's not even like actual bipolar. I feel it's because I'm just a highly in tune person with the energies around me, like a serious sensitive empath, and I react to that. Because I mean, your body is literally a magnet. And like everyone, like so many people in my life, even like the other night, they're just like, you're a magnet. Like I am drawn to you for no reason, or they hate me for no reason, kind of thing. It's like I either get magnetized to something, or them to me, or both. And it's like repelling negative energies, but they're like moths to a fucking flame. And I feel like I'm in a constant circuit of terrifying thoughts. Positive, negative, paranoid. Like, oh, I shouldn't have said that or done that, or I should have done this instead, or I know why this person does this action, like right when they do it, like I called out my friend, like when he's in deep thought, he like twirls his hair like right here. And so I, like I said that to him, I'm like, you're in deep thought. And he's like, yeah, I always do that. I'm like, yeah, I know, because I'm like the most observant person, and I psychoanalyze everything. And I'm like, that's like his comfort. his coping. I'm like the most fucked up therapist ever. Like, I drive myself insane. I'm the crazy psychologist. I got book smart. I got tons of life of experience. It's like, that's why I understand, like, the human nature. I get it. I fucking get it. So then everybody just thinks, like, this bitch is crazy. But she's also right. Maybe that's why I've gone crazy, because I understand. This world is crazy, okay? And you know what? I am confident in my crazy. I love my crazy. Let's, like, just get back on track. There's the spider web again. So it's like when I finally start getting back in touch with myself, which is what I'm trying to do, my awareness, my consciousness, like using your senses to re-engage yourself in the moment. But truly staying present is like the hardest possible thing to me. So things like meditation have been a godsend of just like bringing me back to myself. You develop a stronger connection with yourself. It's like cyclical thinking is like naturally picking things up in your dominant hand. You don't think about it, you just do it. For me. So it's like if you start using your left hand, you like notice it more. It's the awareness. And unfortunately, I'm ambidextrous, so I'm all sorts of fucked up. Depending on what I'm doing, I'll use my right or my left hand. My entire body and mind is in a constant war with itself. So I get a thought, and then I start rationalizing that thought, and then it becomes this large spider web. Take, for instance, somebody asks, you want to get something to eat. That's like a loaded fucking question. Like, am I hungry? What do I want to eat? You immediately go into the who, what, where, when, how thought process. And then take, for instance, it's like, well, I really want some lasagna. I love lasagna. You know who else loves lasagna? Garfield. And then you start thinking about President Garfield. And then it goes... And then somehow I'd end up hanging up a picture of President Garfield in my house because I in fact like lasagna. This is the torture of my brain. It's like the limitless thoughts have a tendency to mistake myself and others, and it's like I'm having to transcend my own nature. And the only way it seems to go is if I sit in the worry, and then I'm like, why am I worried about worrying about this? So I just like have to step back, observe. I recognize these thought patterns that cause my anxiety, because what I'm realizing, the anxiety is just a bunch of thoughts of things I'm in fact afraid of happening, because they say like depression is thoughts of the past. Anxiety is thoughts of the future. And then like the present moment is that like minuscule little second. And then it's already in the past. And then you're already thinking about the future. There's technically no real present moment, no whatever. So the great pattern of what ifs. Learning how to see my thought, pick it apart, and then releasing that thought so I'm not mentally killing myself from the inside out is a process. was yours.